start streaming. Alright. What I did do is I did put points into botany and outpost engineering. So, maybe we will try and get into that. And she said she had something to talk to me about.
Thanks for taking the time to talk. I wanted to ask you about the artifact you found on Vectera. When you pulled it from the rock, held it in your hands for the first time, how did you feel? No, I don't think you understand. I know about the visions, the light, and the music. How did you feel inside? What were your thoughts?
It's like being instantaneous put across
Oh
the
my
galaxy.
goodness. That must have been terrifying. When it comes to the artifacts, it never ceases to amaze me how the science, well, simply fails. True. But hey, how else would you describe it? The artifacts are so different, so alien. And I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. Quite the mystery. Well, judging from the fact that both you and Barrett claim to have heard music, I've made the leap that the artifact was reaching out. Music composition might not consist of words and sentences, but I'll be damned if that isn't an attempt at language.
Yeah, fair.
Agreed. Unfortunately, there's no way that I know of to reply, and believe me, I've been trying to gather data on the damn things for years. Not much, I'm afraid. All I have to show for my efforts are eyewitness accounts, scores of inconclusive metallurgical test results, and wild theories. Oh, no, not at all. There's so much going on there, I can't afford to divert all of our resources, but I have classified the artifacts as a priority project. Frustrating? No. Bewildering? Yes. It would be, oh, well, an explorer's dream to solve a mystery like this. I knew I picked the right person for the job. Look, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to talk, and for keeping an open mind. And I also wanted to say, well, I'm pleased we're on this journey together. It's the best decision I've made in quite a long time.
Okay. We're gonna go here. We have missions. Campy decides to refer me to one of his superiors. I need to go to Europa where I'll meet Neva Mora. Alright, we're gonna go meet them on U4.
How you doing, sweet pea?
Well, I'm okay. But I'd be a lot better if...
Let me guess, you'd be a lot better if you had a bigger book allowance.
You know me so well, Dad. So, what do you say?
Not happening, Chief.
Time to leave this place behind.
Not happening.
Apogee kick complete. Orbit steady.
Going to go to Europa.
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece.
Look who finally had the guts to show up. Looks like Adler finally did something right for once. So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew.
Yeah, that's
We'll
what I'm here
see. When the waters get deep, it's sink or swim. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you.
for. Bring it on.
There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead. Kill Rake? That's your only option? If you want my advice, there's only one way to guarantee he dies. Turn the Ragana into space junk. Only way to be sure. This job isn't about the loot, but I suppose every dog needs its scraps. Keep whatever worthless junk is on that ship. Just remember, the only thing that matters is that Rake dies.
Alright, fair enough.
It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long.
So that's the notorious Nova Mora. I have to say, if she's the finest that the Crimson Fleet has to offer, joining them might be a terrible mistake.
Rake used to run with the fleet. Hell, I'm the one who vouched for him in the first place. Back then he had a different name and a different identity. He was a damn good earner, too. Brought in a ton of creds. Everything was fine until he wanted out. So he ran. And nobody, I mean, nobody, runs away from the fleet. I've been tracking Rick for months. He's making it tough, not gonna lie. He changes his location and identity so often, it's costing me a small fortune just to keep tabs. But you know what? It's worth every damn cred. He's made me look like a fool in front of Delgado, and I'm gonna have his head on a pike.
Okay. Is that where we gotta go, right? See on Saturn. So he's on Saturn. Let's see here.
This is Dmitry Moldavsky, pilot of the Ragana. We are a simple transport ship heading to New Homestead. We do not want any trouble. Please identify. We do not want any trouble.
Hello. Why does stand up?
I repeat, this is Dmitry Moldavsky of the Ragana. We are unarmed and just on... All right. And what are your intentions with these crewmen? Oh, God. I do not know.
Keep in mind, we're not threatening to board you. We're asking. The distinction is rather important.
Well, normally I would say no, but frankly, it will be safer for us that way. All right, you can dock. We will talk then.
Good choice. Okay, so we talk to him, get him to sick def, tell him, oh yeah, he's dead.
Airlock integrity looks good.
In the worst case scenario, he doesn't want to come with me, and I blast him.
All right, let's get this crate into space.
Now, look, see, I'm not armed. Damn.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece. That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about? You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port. That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
I thought we were dead. I can't believe it.
So you're the fleet's
This
new dog,
unpleasantness
huh?
aside, the people of New Homestead will be grateful for these supplies.
Thank you for letting us go.
I thought we were dead. I can't believe it.
So now what? They're gonna put me in a sys-def prison? I'm not saying it's worse than death, but it's pretty damn close.
Okay. These aren't dead.
I have something for you when you have a moment. Sam, last month, did you explore that system I asked about? I was expecting a report.
Well, I meant to, but then I caught an SOS, and it led to this whole...
So, did you do it?
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff here. We have a lot of our missing stuff we can really sell. Like, we can realistically sell a lot of this stuff. So.
No, I mean, I meant to, but then it became this whole thing.
How about I just assign it to someone else then?
That may be best.
Okay, so
We've detached. Let's get out of here.
target practice. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate. Mercenaries. Guns for hire that shoot their own parents if they were paid enough. I'll tell you, we do a hell of a lot of dirty work in the Crimson Fleet. But we'd never sell away our souls like an ecliptic merc does.
Huh. Where were you attacked?
You know what? I have no idea, and it's frustrating the hell out of me. I suppose I could have pissed off someone I screwed over in the past, but there's been so many, I've lost count.
Understandable.
I don't like complications, and neither does my boss.
Emma.
What the hell happened? Yeah, right. You just got in the way. That makes you a damn good shield, but a terrible liar. Your story stinks worse than Adler Kemp. And that son of a bitch probably hasn't showered in a month. So choose your next words very carefully. What really happened out there?
Didn't see a need to kill anyone. You do that. You can't steal from them again.
You let their worthless lives come before my orders? You sure you want this gig? Now, because you were too weak to do the job, we gotta send someone else after them. That costs me money and pisses me off. That being said, you saved my ass with Ecliptic. And decent pilots are tough to find these days. So I'm gonna let this one slide. But guess what? It's gonna cost you extra. Jettison those supplies I know you grabbed from the Regana. I was gonna let you keep them. But now, they're mine. Consider it payment for the hit I'll have to put on Austin Rake. And more importantly, for wasting my time. Now you see how it works. I give an order, and you follow it. Remember that. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yep, it's that simple. Hope this business with Rakes taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send someone after you. We clear? You better stow that crap before you make me change my mind. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting long.
Well, we're in. I hope you know what you're doing.
Like... Okay, yep, this actually is where I was gonna go. Good stuff. Might as well just keep playing this, right? Come here, Ems. Come here, Puppos. Hey, what's up?
Commander Ikonde wants to see you. Follow me.
Hello. How can I be of service, Captain? Captain, it is pleasant to see you.
Yes, what?
We hunt piracy all across the galaxy.
We're back. Anything to report?
Yeah, decent bit.
We got the message from the Regana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for. That's something we're looking into, but it doesn't seem like he knows much. He might be better served as bait. For now, we'll keep him in the brig. Perhaps you could pay him a visit there sometime? I'm sure he'd be pleased to see you. I do. I know it's a delicate tightrope, and it doesn't go unnoticed that you're risking your own life to walk it.
Every tightrope act needs a safety net. We appreciate the fact that you're behind us, Commander.
Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Neva's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Regana that you might have trouble earning Neva's trust. Coming to her rescue ensured that would not be a problem.
Okay, I got you.
They are mercenaries for hire. If they are paid enough money, Ecliptic would attack the Vigilance. It wasn't terribly difficult to convince them to attack an isolated Crimson Fleet ship. Just expensive. Ah, so I take it you have good news. Were you able to join the fleet? It's a dangerous plan, and you came awfully close to killing an innocent crew. Luckily, you have a good head on your shoulders, and did the right thing. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet.
What do you know about her?
The woman has a record that could stretch across Sol and back. She started young as one of Neon's street rats, and worked her way up to second in command. She's a force to be reckoned with, so don't underestimate her. Yes, you passed your first test and you're still alive. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals, so don't let your guard down.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution, regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated yourself.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda? Excellent. If you're heading to the Key, I assume you'll be meeting Delgado soon.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
Agreed. The last thing we need is to infiltrate the fleet, only to be kicked out because we've underestimated one of their people.
I don't disagree, but it's important to know your enemy and the best way to defeat them. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the Key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It certainly increased my estimates on success. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.
Things are progressing. We don't have a full map of the fleet's roster. The members. The system was originally called Alpha Ophiuchi, until a flag was planted there by Jasper Crix, the founder of the Crimson Fleet. Since it was crucial that space travelers avoided that system, navigators marked it as Crix on star maps as a warning. They could have just as easily labeled it Crimson Fleet, so I'm guessing the pirates themselves were responsible for spreading their leader's name. Over the years, people forgot the system's original designation and started calling it the Crix system. It's been that way ever since. That's right. It's something we've requested a while ago, in preparation for a future conflict with the fleet. Once we finalize everything and run a few tests, we'll have the defenses needed for a jump to the Crix system when the time comes. Sure, we have a database of profiles you can read, which should help you ingratiate yourself with the group. However, the profiles are a guide, not gospel. Use what you can, fill in the blanks, and play off that. I imagine when you're done, you'll be able to generate far more accurate profiles than what we have in our system. Good luck on the Key. As a member of the Crimson, stay the course.
First mission in the books and no casualties. Pardon.
We got a wager going over whether the fleet would let you in or leave you for dead. And, unless you're a zombie, I owe the ops team lunch.
Heard the Regana made it to port with 0 casualties. Nice.
Well, Mr. Doherty, your diagnostics check out, so that's good. Wherever the Crimson Fleet go, we'll follow. The Vigilance is our flagship. Where it goes, fleet run. Howdy.
We've been trying for years to get someone on the inside.
Sys-Def Marines are the best of the best.
Okay. Hello.
Excuse me.
Some of the guards don't take kindly to the prisoners, but we should try to maintain some decorum. Welcome to the brig. As a member of SysDef, you may talk with the prisoners as long as you are mindful of operation security. As a personal rule, I simply ask that you adhere to UC Navy standards of cleanliness at all times. That means no mud on your boots, your hands are washed, and you are free of any contagious diseases. Excellent. And all that being said, I understand your mission directive might call for flexibility on my part. So if you need to be a rum-drinking, swashbuckling pirate to do your job, then I will do my best to clean up after you. No, the prisoner surrendered willingly, as per the terms of your deal. This is probably the safest place for him, if the fleet want him dead. You can chat with him, if you haven't already. I'm sure he has a lot to say. We have multiple turrets attached to the ceiling. If you've met Ensign Betty, she's personally calibrated them to ensure they cover the entire area. That being said, firing the turret should be considered a last resort. The cells you see here are for captured pirates and prisoners of war. If you apprehend any pirates during the course of your missions, they'll be detained here. Are you going to finish that thought? That's a loaded question. We err on the side of caution here, short of any physical abuse. But with the Crimson Fleet, you have to be very careful. If you give them an inch, they'll take a parsec and find a way to stab you with it. That's the idea. We will always err on the side of security, given the choice. But I'll be the first to admit it's not an exact science, and we've made mistakes in the past with both the carrot and the stick. As chief officer of this brig, my worst fear is that we'll someday repeat them. As a matter of fact, I have a favor to ask. I understand that part of your undercover work involves going to the fleet headquarters, namely the key. While you're there, if you find anything pertaining to the history of the fleet, I'd be interested in learning about it. I agree. Just keep in mind this is a favor and you're free to ignore it. I only ask because this is such a rare opportunity and I'd hate to pass it up. I appreciate it. I've actually heard rumors about there being audio logs for an interview the founder of the fleet, Jasper Cricks, did on the Key. I'm interested in anything he had to say regarding his time in prison and how the prisoners were treated. If you find anything like that, bring it back here and we'll take a listen. Keep the floors and your nose clean and you can stay as long as you like.
If you ask me, the brig's too good for these worthless thugs. This is the brig. We keep prisoners here for interrogation.
Yeah. Do you? Oh, there he is. What's up, Ming?
I guess you think I have some sad story to tell? That I met some sick orphans on New Homestead and grew a conscience? Or maybe you're the cynical type, and you think I turned a new leaf because I wanted SysDef to go easy on me. The truth is a bit more complicated than that. Sure, I got time. You see, at my age, you know who you are. And I've always been a thief. I'd swipe a cred stick for my own mother if it had enough zeros on it. But even in a group of cred-hungry thieves, a man has to have a code. Rules. I do. You finish a job, it's supposed to be done. You get the rush and the relief. But in the fleet, doing the job isn't the hard part. In the fleet, you gotta worry about the guy sleeping next to you, and if he's gonna take a bigger piece of the pie. You gotta wake up the next morning and wonder why your slice is missing and the crumbs are stuck to his face. Yeah, I've had some work done. If you got the Crimson Fleet on your back, you would too. As for the name, that was actually the hard part. You can use 100 different aliases and the system will just add them to the list. Now you can pay a guy to delete the list, but nothing's ever really gone forever. Naver probably paid the same guy to hit rewind. And here we are. And put a bigger target on my back? As far as I'm concerned, the brig is the safest place I can be. The second you drag me into some private room, you're basically telling everyone here that I'm a rat. Well, for one, they don't have much in the way of loot, but they're still important to somebody. You can't just blow up one without it showing up on SSNN, or a UC captain getting a 10-inch stack of slates on his desk. But more importantly, do-gooders are predictable. The pirate code changes depending on who's reciting it. Honest folks, they have a habit of writing their rules down. Why did I join the Regana? Truth is, I just wanted a good night's sleep.
As a former convict, you've seen the inside of us. Stay out of mine and we'll get along just fine.
Go here into... I don't even know what that would be, machines manager. Here. Nope. Start map. Hey. I guess we go on my ship. It's not really anything better to do, right?
Counted for. We're ready to depart.
Are we? Up, up, up. Sit. Let's go. People are already at knots.
All green on release.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. I just want to give some more time, really.
We're free to fly.
Do we need a bunch of credits?
Grav drive spinning down. Systems green. Oh, hi, Sam.
Miss Morgan.
Sarah, please. Good work dealing with those merchants in Freestar Space.
Oh, yeah? And...
What? I read your report. They sent thanks. Good job.
good job? That's it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You're welcome.
Although, you might want to run your reports through a spell check first. But that's all.
Now let's see. Go and do the scan. Why not? This is literally the only thing I got. Yeah, cobalt and nickel water. Okay. Tape freeze. Oh, yeah,
Well, you didn't put us into a planet, so we must be in the right place.
the lock. Alright. Well, we're here anyway, so. It's a big freaking ship.
The key acknowledging fleet vessel. Welcome home.
I guess we just start docking, right?
Solid docking job there. Nice work.
It's good to be back on board.
You got your cut. Now get out of my face.
You said the take was 10K, but it was 30.
Hi.
Big difference on 40% of 10
I
versus
attempted
30.
an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results.
Not my problem.
If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
You kidding me? Way to make a mess in front of my new rook.
Hey, steal from me and get caught? Better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener. The hell took you so long? Forget how to grav jump or something?
Why'd you miss me?
Please. It'd be one less sloppy rook whose mess I had to clean up. The last thing I need is another Austin rake getting cold feet. You want to leave the fleet? You pay the price. Not in credits, but in blood. Never apologize. Not if you want anyone in the fleet to respect you. And if they don't respect you, put a gun to their head and they'll get the message. But, all that aside, you made it. So now, you get to hear a nifty history lesson. Pencils ready? Good. This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the Key. Used to be an old UC military star station, and now it's the fleet's base of operations. Might look a little beat up on the outside, but we keep it together. You think? And that's only part of it. I'll let Delgado fill you in on the whole story. He tells it better anyway. But I can give you the short version while we walk the station.
Story time? How delightful.
Anyway, I'll tell you all about the Key. But it's better if I show you too. Follow me.
Cool.
All right. History time. So, the Key is in orbit around Suvorov. That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock. The UC is so clever. Supermax prison, Lock, Key. Cute, huh?
Yeah, alright. Why not? I get it. I'm not hating.
Now, we've got everything the fleet needs right here. Of course, you've got to pay for it. Remember, on the Key, credits are king. What the hell is this?
All right, hang on, Nat. Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
Jasmine, sweetie, I'm trying to give a tour here. So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
It's called a malfunction. You know, that thing I spend most of my day dealing with. Believe me, my people are on it. Have a little faith for once.
Aw. And you, always, Angel. This here's Jasmine. You need anything for your ship, she's got you covered. We'll hit up the depot next since these doors have given out on us. So anyway, we were talking about the Lock. About 100 years ago, the prisoners down there rioted and took over the place. After stealing some ships, they were actually able to make it up here and took over the Key.
About time you brought us new blood, Neva. I was getting tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting wise to your ridiculous prices, Aludra. Anyway, welcome to the depot, Rook, where you'll be lucky if these blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Whoa. It's not our fault that people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the Key.
Neva's just whining because she thinks she lost a ton of cash selling us a shipment of gear. She should have done her homework.
Yeah, sure, laugh it up. I'll remember that next time I need something from you cheapskates. Let's move on. Back to my story. After the liberated prisoners grabbed the Key, they established it as a base of operations and began pirating the spaceways. That was how the Crimson Fleet began. Of course, Jasper Cricks had a lot to do with all that, but, we'll get to him later. Rook, meet Zuri, queen of the rare exports.
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Neuroamps, blueprints. Hit her up and she'll take care of you.
Speaking of which, you still owe me for that last purchase, Neva. It's like 5 figures. Don't make me collect it the hard way.
The hard way? Oh no. Rook, protect me from Zuri's vengeance. Enough of the bullshit, Zuri. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss.
See
On the
anything
right,
you like.
you've got Bradley from the Trade Authority. I'm sure you know the deal there. He'll buy pretty much anything, no matter how hot. Then we got our med bay on the left, run by the one and only Samina Mizra. She'll patch you up, if you've got the money. We don't run any free clinics up in here, you don't? Okay, this is our final stop. Over there, you've got the Last Nova, where Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices. And right here is the most important place on the entire station, the Reckoner's Core, run by the incomparable Shinya Voss.
Another new Rook, Neva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit, given what happened with the last one.
You mean Austin Ray? I'm working on it, all right? I just ran into a few complications. But trust me, he's as good as dead.
So you say. We'll see about that. Perhaps next time you'll try to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. Pursuing Rake is costing us a small fortune.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Shinya handles our lifeblood. The money. We call him our Reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Neva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, boss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest. Anyway, Shinya will get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do. Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction. I am Shinya Voss, the official reckoner for the Crimson Fleet. And since Neva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest. And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble. In fact, I find Delgado's idea of a security measure to be quite empowering. I see the bomb as a symbol of my importance, and it's a constant reminder to everyone of the sacrifice I was willing to make. The freedom I've given up, the pain, it's not something that just anyone has the resolve to bear.
He sees that bomb as a badge of honor. I see it as a symbol of compliance. Delgado is a harsh master.
That's amusing. I don't think I've heard that one before. Oh wait, yes I have. You might as well dispense with all the stupid jokes. I've been hearing them for years. Since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain all accounts for the fleet, I'm a prime target for information. Should our enemies capture me, or I grew any semblance of a moral conscience, you might consider me the greatest threat we have. For Delgado, the bomb grants peace of mind and a certain degree of safety. Essentially, but I sleep soundly knowing I'm one of the few that can piss Delgado off and live.
Yeah.
Should I die, all of my knowledge, the accounts, the credits, it would be a mess. He wouldn't dare. He holds the trigger, but we all know that my death cripples the fleet. Call the bomb a weapon of last resort. It's been over 5 years since I've stepped off the key. Leaving this place puts far too much at risk. Now, let me get you set up. A moment while I convene with the core. Thanks to advanced modifications even Dujin would envy, I can interface directly with our mainframe and the Galbank network. This allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any run-of-the-mill cyber runner. There, you're done. All you need now is Delgado's blessing, and you'll be one of us. None. Other than my chest and arm modifications, I am but a simple man. Is the interview over now? Can we get back to work? The perfect segue into my final subject. Thanks to our relations with contacts across the galaxy, we always have a steady stream of jobs available. I've granted you all the necessary permissions to access these listings at any time, using the computers that surround the core. If Neva's chosen wisely, we certainly will. Now, I believe that covers all I have to say, so you can run along to Delgado. Take the elevator to the upper level. You should be able to find your way from there, I hope.
Okay, so before we do that...
Alright, listen up. You can all stop complaining. Atrium to cargo bay doors have been repaired.
Rook.
Oh, and you're welcome, Nev.
Need something?
Kinetics, electromags, energy weapons. Nothing to substitute for a shotgun blast to the face.
I mean, y'all are just gonna leave ammo lying around. I will take it. Bunks. Okay, I really don't care for bunks. Table. I mean, it didn't say I'm stealing it.
Soon, everyone is going to learn to feel the fleet.
What can you give me for my ship? Good talk.
So, looks like we got ourselves a new rook. Once again, I'm Jazz, resident engineer here. Like Neva said, you need ship parts, repairs? I'll hook you up. As long as your credits are good. Neva's mine, so don't be getting any ideas. She may be a little rough around the edges, but she's just looking out for her own. There's no one better to have your back. It may not be wider, but it's not on the books, if that's what you're getting at. I can guarantee your ship will be in good hands. So if you're looking for an upgrade, let me know. We got the best selection in the settled systems. Illegal, unregistered, recalled. We sell it all. No questions asked. No. You buy from me, you're worry-free. I can't have my customers getting caught now, can I? That's bad for business.
Got a point.
Anything that keeps the UC and Freestar Rangers off your tail is a must-have in my book. Just let me know when you want to talk business. Serious enough that you don't have a chance in hell? Neva's got a fire in her. The kind you only see in an engine pushed to its limit. She doesn't half-ass a damn thing, and I love her for it. Sure. It's not like I'm busy keeping this rust bucket of a station from falling apart. I've got plenty of goodies to choose from.
What ships you got? T. Fleet Spectre. 133. No, 13. I don't know. 13,000. No. 100. Yeah, 130,000. We need 2,000. Guess if I was gonna buy one, this would be better. Hey, I ain't done. Like, I am not done. You aren't walking away from me.
All business and no fun, huh? All right, let's...
See what you need. Yeah. Alright, upgrade ship. Reactors.
We may not have official security on the key.
I don't even know if I did name my ship right. I mean, it's been city. It's been good.
We're always looking out for traitors.
It's bench, okay. Come on. Here's 2-5.
UC will never crush the fleet. They'd have to catch us first.
Research lab.
So there I am. UC security on my tail, and my grab drive just chokes. Do you know what I find back there? The fattest speech I've ever seen. Well, nearly got me dusted.
See, like, here's so much stuff you need. There's so much of party save that you need. I always have a lot of the rank 1 things done, so.
If I had a Berian crest, I'd run my own city, like they do. Except in my town, you could do Aurora anywhere.
There's a break I need. Yeah, that's what I need. Compressor.
Yeah?
With Sarah. Wow. Should we walk through here, yeah. I gotta make
We
some
call
friends back
UCC staff sharks, but to the fleet, they're just bait.
So let me see what you got. First hail, please.
The right gear would be the difference between life or death.
Yeah. You don't have, like, anything. Yeah, brother, you have, like, nothing. Here's what I'm gonna give you. You have that. You have that. Yeah, bashing, you can have that too. Honestly, as cool as that is, actually, you know what? I do like that one more than I do the extended mag. And yeah, I don't care for bashing. There we go. So we lessened a little bit. This is all my ammo, yes. Yeah. This is my ammo. Spacesuits. Yeah, you can have that. Helmets. You can have that. Goodbye. You can have that. Throwables, honestly. You can have those. Misk. You have those. You have the alien egg, I guess. Resources. Okay. So from ship inventory, let's see. I really just gave him like all that. Alright, bye.
Hi, I'm here if you need me.
Okay. So you sell weapons.
Ask Jazz about any ship upgrades. Nothing worse than a pirate ship with no personality.
Well, well. Neva's new hotshot. I knew you'd find your way back to my little corner of the key. Everyone always does.
Oh yeah, you're selling weapons.
Hey, if you want to pour credits into my pocket, you won't hear any arguments from me. I carry most of the standard hardware. You know, kinetics, electromags, energy, even a few explosives.
Okay.
Occasionally, I stock a few smuggled items. Basically the stuff SysDev doesn't want you to play with.
Understandable.
Just don't screw me over or I'll be inclined to give you a free demo. With your head as the target.
Understandable.
And you want me to just take your word for that? Perfect. A little advice, Sadiqi? The fleet's trust can't be bought. You earn it. You bleed for the fleet bleeds for you. Pure and simple. Anyone who says otherwise is either lying or getting ready to stab you in the back. Ah, please, I don't need your concern. All I care about is separating you from your credits. So let's leave our professional relationship at that, all right? Take your pick.
Yeah, let's see what you got. Hey, there you go. You actually have. Let's see. We don't think we actually worth it though. Well, that's not bad, but not happening. I got a better one. I got a better one. I got a better one. Feather, rare rifle. Titanium build, premium build materials like this weapon make this weapon light as a feather. Oh, feather. 11mm. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, I got the little AK boy. Lawgiver. Old Earth hunting rifle. Brother. Pacifier. Pirate legend. Tombstone. Nice, nice. Okay, honestly, that's not that bad. But I will tell you what. 762 for like that's pretty good. Like for 33K, like that's not that bad actually. You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna buy it because we have enough for it for one. And do you have any ammo for it? Ah, you do. 8K for 260 rounds. You know what? I'll buy it.
All right. See you around.
I love how I'm spending all of my credits. Like,
Please tell me you know exactly what materials you need.
You're a general. I don't want to talk to. I'm talking to yeah her. See what you got. All right, let's trade. Oh, let's skip the talk.
Now you're speaking my language.
He said, you know what? He said, I'll show him. Whoa. Hunter Wolf. Okay, good. Old Earth pistol, 1911. Power beat, 1-inch punch, rounds fire in a shotgun spread. Ayo. Paint blade. 90 damage. What? 90 freaking damage? What? What kind of bull is that? That's pretty cool. 11mm rounds. Honestly, I'm buying that. Jesus. Crafting. Okay. Whoa, what the heck? Unique organic component. Okay, we're done. We're done.
Come back and see me sometime.
Okay, we're gonna talk to them now. And now that took us a lot of time. I do want to see what my new weapons look like though. Inventory. So the game doesn't break. Like, I definitely like the crippling, so. Fury. So yeah, that's my 11. Like, dude. Okay, you know what, here's what we're gonna favorite this. To 8. I'm gonna favorite that to 6. So I'm gonna favorite to 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Okay. Because that slot's empty because I believe I sold it. I don't remember. 7.7. Okay. To 7, and then or no, you know what? Let's favor you to 3. Thank you for protecting the house. You are not that scary. Come on. Thank you, but it's not needed. They aren't coming to the door. That was me doggo. She seen something
I hope Bug has something strong enough to knock me out.
Well, let's see. So 1, that's 1, 2. That's 3. 4, that's 4. That's 5, that's 6. 7. There's 8. And 9. because game was pretty decent for it.
You can get work from the boards near the Reckoner's Core. Voss will make sure you get paid.
Yeah, where's that at?
Always listen to Delgado. Unless you want to get killed.
Okay, Christmas Fleet mission board, here we go. I just want to see what I got here. Piracy and Porima system. 5K. Target is a cargo electric substrate stored at the clinic on depot in the Nerion system. Smuggle harvested organs to Gagarin. See, I don't have raid target is a cargo of radiological amplifier stored at system. I don't know, because I don't have enough cargo space for that stuff. So that's kind of the only thing that sucks.
That was a pleasant change of scenery.
It's really the only thing that sucks.
When you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss.
Okay, what?
Remember our last conversation, when you told me the artifacts made you feel like you were being pulled across the entire galaxy? Well, it got me thinking, so I dove into our archives and started looking through Constellation's older journal entries. Just because I wasn't familiar with the experience you described, doesn't mean the same might have been true for my predecessor. Really? I'm surprised that I haven't. After reading those journals, all of the pleasant memories of my time spent with Aja just started flooding back. Well, there's no reason to be jealous. They were just, I don't know, different times. Aja was the one that taught me the ropes at Constellation and took me under her wing as her protege. Hey, so I pinched a few ideas from my old boss. Can you blame me? At any rate, we logged quite a few discoveries together, but it was the actual journey that I cherished the most. Exactly. For me, it was all about the quieter moments. There was nothing quite like sitting back and watching space bend while listening to Aja spin vivid stories to fill the time. Oh, I find that sort of cozy isolation the best way to really get to know someone. Yeah, you know, being alone in interstellar space, nothing but light years of black around you. Some people find that terrifying. I find it comfortable. It helps me bond with my shipmates.
Understandable.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. You know, all this talk about Aja reminds me that my time with her was a gift. I miss her dearly.
That sucks.
I respected her, and I considered her a dear friend, but we weren't in love. Had that been true, I would have resigned my post and moved to Porima 2 instead of remaining at Constellation. Come to think of it, if we're ever out that far, perhaps we could pay her a visit, and I could make proper introductions.
Yeah. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
Well, I don't expect you to be a carbon copy of Aja. Just be yourself. You see, it's clear that we share the same hunger to discover what's out there. And that, well, that's what intrigues me about you. I don't know if I deserve to be that close to anyone right now. If you knew about the things that I've done, the way my life's unfolded, I think your opinion of me might change. Please, give me some time. I have to go.
Ah, there's our other new recruit.
Bogged grog is fine if you like cheap moonshine. Give me an early brown lager and I'm good.
So, now that we are all here, it's time to get down to business. The two of you are the only rooks that have made the latest cut. The rest, well, let's just say they won't be joining us ever again. Neva's willing to put her neck on the line and vouch for you, which means you've got what it takes to join the Crimson Fleet. You'd better not disappoint, or you'll find yourself answering to me, personally. All right, let's get started here. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, you're in it for the long haul. No one quits. No one retires. The only way out is death. You stay loyal or you pay the consequences. Fleet before friends. Fleet before family. Fleet before yourself.
Hey, if you've got a problem, I can decorate that wall behind you with your brains. Room could use a little color if you ask me.
It's all right, neighbor. I admire this rook's backbone. Takes a lot of guts to crack jokes with the threat of death staring them in the face.
Can we get on with this? I want to get drunk at the last Nova.
I'm impressed. That is the first intelligent thing you have said this entire time, Mathis. Since you two seem so eager to move forward, let's get to your next job. Pack your cold weather gear, rooks. Where we are going, you're going to need it.
Oh, God, don't tell me you're dragging him down to Suvarall for another one of your little initiation runs. 10 Johns to the surface, 12 dead rooks. You'd think by now you would have given up on that goddamn campfire story.
Crix's legacy is no story, neighbor. We've got fresh eyes in the fleet. And if these two want to impress, they're going to help me search those ruins.
I hope you're right, Dale. That new code we grabbed for the lot cost us a ton of credits. And a decent captain.
This initiation, as Neva calls it, is your chance to see where it all began. On Suvorov with Jasper Crix. Crix led the riots that gave birth to the Crimson Fleet. And if his legacy is still out there, we're going to be the ones to find it. Through a bit of luck and a hell of a lot of cash, Neva was able to get her hands on an access code to the inside of the lock. This will be the first time someone from the Crimson Fleet has set foot in there for, well, since Crix left the place behind. It has been frustrating being this close to potential clues, but not being able to find a way through those prison walls. Before Crix left the fleet, he left a message talking about a major score. One that would set up the fleet to be a big player in the settled systems. Somewhere down the line, they started calling it Crix's legacy. And everyone who's tried to find it has wound up empty-handed, missing, or dead. If we're gonna beat those odds, we'll first need a lead. And I would wager we will find one on Suvorov.
Dale's leaving out the best part. That this whole search is based on a handful of words on a very old slate. Crix left a lot of big talk on that recording, and not a lot of facts. Some of us believe in it more than others.
Don't listen to her. When we get our hands on Crix's legacy, the fleet will be operating at a completely different level. We will become more than a match for UC Systef. You forget the UC is still licking its wounds from the colony wars. They don't have the capability to mount a full-scale assault. And if they were foolish enough to attack, we would have the manpower to push those pendejos right back to Jemison. If we have Crix's legacy. Listen to the words that I am saying. The legacy is real. You will find that out in due time, provided you're willing to put in the work. Nothing worth having ever comes easy.
Though the idea of the legacy has probably been blown a bit out of proportion, I'm certain there's an element of truth to its existence.
Only to a small-minded rook. You want to be content with your petty crimes? Go join a gang in Neon. Okay, enough discussion. We have got a lot of work to do. To that end, the next stop is the lock. I've had Jazz feed the coordinates into your ship's computer. Since Mathis doesn't have a ship, he's going to ride with me. I'll see you down there, Rook. Don't keep me waiting.
I heard Isla's sister is some hardcore mercenary. I wouldn't get on her bad side.
Where to start blasting?
Not surprising, this donkey.
I don't know about you, but I think the welcome sign really lends itself to the alluring charm of this star station.
Sure. Alright. I would say, okay, that's not too long.
I want to hit
skills. I don't have any skill points, but I want to go into tech, right? Ballistic weapon systems. Increase damage 20% cost. It's used in targeting mode. Okay. Shrimp thrusters. Ah, okay. There's a lock set 2 other things can be baked. Energy weapon engine systems. Shield, starship engineering. Vertical beam, robotics, starship design. Oh, looky there. Yes, you gotta get like, see, that's so much to do. There's so much to do. Like, there's so much to do. Like, it's so good.
another Galvan truck.
Gold bank again? I suppose it's an easy mark. They'd rather pay for insurance than security. Still, it almost seems personal with you.
And what if this? You in or not?
I'm in. Are you looking to start something? Because I'll finish it.
Smuggling is a real job, ain't it?
Got mixed feelings about my last job. On the one hand, lost a friend. But on the other hand, I got their creds. I'll probably feel better once I spend them.